Yeah, we're doing out there. First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal H Technology Screens. So, today I'm going to be showing you something really interesting. We have a screen paint that we're working on. Comes in 4 different colors. It's called a Advanced Ambient Light Projection Invisible. Sorry, Justin, I'm over here. Advanced Ambient Light Projection Dark Invisible 19. Now, we developed this stuff. We have been working with this stuff for invisible technology for a long time, way back 5 years ago, before this particular individual ever existed or ever even ever knew he existed. We were working with this stuff way before him, before he ever came up. We countered with him and did the same demonstration about 4 or 5 years ago with this frost paint nonsense idea he came up with. And we were able to beat him in about 4 years ago, which I'll post a video you can watch right there. So the product we developed has a very interesting feature to it. Now, we don't tell everything in demonstrations. And the reason why we don't is because of these particular individuals that feel that they're going to rush out, run to Home Depot, Lowe's, where they got to go, and say, look, we could do the same thing right over here, save you a lot of money. This guy's cheating you. As he was doing this demonstration, he didn't realize that the screen is called dark invisible or visible dark for a reason. You can't see through them. They were designed to basically take on, number one, a ton of light, sunlight from the sun. They were designed to produce beautiful images. And then on top of that, it's a spray-on application, which means it requires multiple coats. Like, you have the option of basically how dark you want to blend your screen, where the product he's doing in his demonstration is some frost paint. Once you spray it on, that's it. There's no different applications of layers. It doesn't become darker. It has poor angle gain. It doesn't take a direct hit from the sun, which we saw in the demonstration. Clearly, there was no sunlight hitting the screen at all, period. Displaying sunlight across the street is not a direct hit. So I don't think he understands what a direct hit means. When you cut corners, you will, like I said, this is going to be a lesson to be learned when you see what we're about to do with one of these screens. I told you it has a very interesting feature. It's a lesson to be learned to mind your own business when people are working with technology that you do not understand. Now, as for the going outside, we're still doing that today. I told you. Why would I deny going outside? I do demonstrations outside anyway. Big deal. You know, it's not a problem for us. That's what we do. But we're still going outside today. Just yesterday, we got hit with a very crazy rainstorm today. Very nice. And at that, the weather is much better. It's much cooler. Yeah, it's easier for me to breathe outside. So we will be outside today. We'll check first to see if he said yes or no. He has 2 options we gave him. Or not 2 options. We want to, he said his product produces a higher watts at white level, can make our screen pitch black dark. You can't see it. We did the Novas yesterday. The black Nova had white screens laying all over it, and that screen still wouldn't go dark. So let's see if he says the product's dark, right? So if the product's dark and we go outside and we show a snow scene or whatever, that screen should come up pitch black dark, and you should not be able to see it laying against this product. So it's up to him if he wants us to go forward with this. If he decides that he don't want to do it and he says, look, don't take it out there, product doesn't go outside. But if you have that much confidence in your product and you believe that your product is that bright to make our screens that dark, then you should have no problem passing outside. Mind you, we did this demonstration also too in 2019 with the personal mix. So we've done all this stuff before already. So I know the outcome of it all. We're just going to see if basically how far he's willing to push this, or he's willing to admit that if he's going to sit there and say, no, the product can't do it, because he has to be honest with his customers. All right, so let's move on from here. All right, so let's talk about this invisible technology we developed. Let me get my tea over here first. I love tea so much. All right, so we're going to talk about the invisible technology. Now, one of the things about when you're developing a dark invisible technology, the lighter versions of invisible technology has problems, and I'll tell you why. it's hard for an image to land on it and show an image. On top of that, you have the pesky lamp glare of the projector on the opposite side piercing through the screen. So you got to deal with that. Well, usually most people doing these demonstrations where they're showing off these particular screens, they will lean to the side and the camera can't pick up the lamp glare that's pushing through. We're going to demonstrate all that on how they do it once the product that he used in the demonstration gets here. We're going to paint a piece of plexiglass. I'm going to show you if you stand in front of it, what's going to happen is you're going to see this constant glare pushing through. But if you lean to the side, it makes it look like it never happened. We know all this stuff already. All right, so let me go over here and let's go over to Crystal Edge, our page. Matter of fact, let's go to, this is what I mean by he knows nothing about screen paint at all. If he did, he would be doing our tests, our demonstrations. He doesn't do any of our tests. We got big companies right now that are staring at our products and they're dumbfounded. They can't figure out how the screen is reacting this way. It's doing everything that, you know, a screen's not supposed to do because they practice that protocol stuff. You know, ambient light controlled environment, high-end projectors. You don't use any of that stuff. All right. Did I not tell you that he was going to avoid it at all costs? I told you. What did he do? He went to Disney World. That's what he did. Or Disneyland. Told you. I told you. Did I not call it? He's running. He is running his behind off. I told you. That's how he avoids conflict. He goes up there, he fires his shot, we come back with a bigger cannon, we sink his boat completely. And what he does, he pulls up the white flag and he runs. And that's exactly what he did. I told you, anytime we do a demonstration against him, and we give him a challenge to do, the first thing he'll do is he'll do something on that Destiny video game. He'll do some review against some Marvel product, or he'll go disappear somewhere. And that's exactly what he did. Can't talk trash and then run and go on vacation, but your screen's going outside anyway. It doesn't make a difference. And you're going to need the family time because the lawyers are going to be contacting you very soon. Yeah, I got contacted by lawyers. They're in California. They're in California. They're going to be contacting you very soon. So take the time to relax. You're going to need it. You got a lot ahead of you. I showed a few people that demonstration of him running in the Home Depot with that product. They were cracking up. They were like, who does this? So, you know, you need an attorney for this. And we don't need an attorney for that. So let's go over here. I couldn't care less about that. See, told you. Was I not right? The minute he got debunked, he got proven a liar. He did that clear product, went to Home Depot and Lowe's, bought that clear product, run it like a bull in a china shop, running in head first, not thinking anything through, and didn't realize that the screen we had on display was not clear. There was no way in the world you could produce that because that screen was dark gray. You can't see through them. They're designed that way. And what's the first thing he do? When we sit there and we say, well, you know what? I'm going to give you an option here. Yes or no, if you want me to take your screen outside right now and go side by side with that Black Nova. You already seen what the Black Nova did to his screen inside the house versus certified screens. Man, versus his product. That screen didn't even turn black. That screen didn't even turn black when it had a screen laying against it that had a 0.9 gain on it. That screen didn't turn black. So now he's proven a fake there. And what's the first thing a scammer does? Person who's faking the business, they don't stand their ground, they run. And that's what he's doing, he's running. In any video demonstration I do, if anybody says anything nasty at my videos, I stand my ground. I back it up 100% of what my product can do. Or even go out and buy their product and do a side-by-side demonstration. He ran. That's what he did. Makes no difference. You can run all you want. I'll show you the track record on this guy. Every time he gets busted, the first thing he does is he does a review on a product. Right here, he got busted there for supporting fake projectors that scam people. Right there. He got busted on that. We came out and did the video like, don't buy those projectors. They're scams. They steal from customers every freaking day. Don't touch them. Don't support them. Does he come back and do a video defending himself? No. He comes back and does another video right here of him trying to show off how dark our product comes up. He failed there because he had a TV at the bottom of the black screen, and we showed the same demonstration he displayed in the video, and it didn't even match our technology. As a matter of fact, we had several white screens laying against the black screen and his product at the same time. Didn't even show up. This one we posted on Facebook. A lot of people, like I said, were disgusted by that one. He actually went that far to do something like that. So that screen, that's our black technology that was supposed to come up that dark. That's the same screen we had downstairs that was able to produce that image on snow levels against several white sheets of paper and 2 certified screens. He got caught there. I'm gonna show you his track record. This is what he does. He runs. All right, so he got busted there. Then he got busted there. He goes back and he pulls up the video that we're actually doing on him committing the fraud against us and says, oh, it's a scam, it's a sham, because we proved that you basically use some kind of black substance to make it sound like it's our product. We busted you. And what does he does? Oh, he's scamming. Right there. What does he do next? He does another video. I told you, on Destiny. That's his trademark right here. To get people to try to forget that he got busted. He got caught. He got caught doing something stupid. Now, come back over here. Next video here. Put one right here. There we go. He does another video on a projector. Nothing to do with screen paint. He does another video right here. Nothing to do with screen paint. Then he comes in right around the time where we bring out the invisible dark screen paint right there. Goes out there, goes to Home Depot, buys this stuff, sprays it, and says it's got to be the same thing he's doing. Didn't realize that the technology that we were using is completely different from what he had in his demonstration. Right here. And he got busted again and proven wrong again. No sunlight. All the sunlight is in the opposite side. There, all the sunlight's over there. None of that's hitting the window at all, period. Nothing. The technology we have, you can't see through the screen. Only the projector can push through it. So you're calling this right here to be sun killer technology? Where's the sunlight? It's across the street. It's supposed to be right here. All this is supposed to be illuminated by sunlight. On top of that, I wouldn't have chose this window to begin with because you have a massive metal awning over top, and that will block a great deal of sunlight. I removed mine. I have a huge shaded awning that goes over the top of my deck, and it blocks like 98% of the sun. We remove those. We take those down when we do those demonstrations. We notice it's going to be in the way of the sun. So no sunlight at all, period. I don't know what you're pointing at when you're trying to say sunlight's in the window. There's no sunlight making contact with the window. The sunlight is clearly over here. This area is completely dark. I think everybody knows what it looks like when sunlight races through your window. You know what it looks like. That is not sunlight coming through your window at all, period. And again, look how close the projector's sitting. Too close to the screen. Projector's supposed to sit from a distance. Our projector sits 9 feet back. Look outside. Look how bad the image looks outside. You see those rays going back and forth on the camera? That's because the screen is hot spotting like crazy, and that's what's causing the camera to have the bars flash back and forth. We know about this because we tested to all different formulas when we were designing this stuff. Now look at this right here. The sunlight is over here. It's not over here. You have the shade on your side, which means the sunlight has to be somewhere in the afternoon because it's on this side. When I got up in the morning, I showed you Where the sun was over by the back of the house. As it comes down, it cuts off half of my deck. When it comes over on this side, it hits the side of the house where we need it to hit. You have to do demonstrations correctly. Can't fake demonstrate. And there you go. You got a huge awning right there that's blocking a ton of that sunlight that needs to come down and make contact with that screen. That's why it's dark underneath here and there's no sunlight at all. Look at the windows, nice and dark, plenty of shade. I don't know how in the world people do demonstrations like this, and I don't know how in the world people who watch these demonstrations can't see it. Completely. You do know what sunlight, I have to talk to some of CROW's people, like you do know what sunlight looks like when it hits the side of your house, right? You're quite familiar how it all works, right? Because I'm pretty sure you do. Where's the sunlight at? It's not even there. Where's the image at? It's not even there. That is a poor image. Very, very poor image. No company would sign you for a contract for that. You should be able to sit back at a distance. Now, you know, when I do my demonstration on my screen, I can step back and I can show you the screen. That's how it has to be. You have to treat it like you're a merchant and you're buying from a store. And if they have this in the window, you're going to be standing either right in front of it or you're going to be standing at a distance. You have to still be able to see it across the street because it has to catch your attention. The whole point of advertising is to catch attention. Can't catch attention if you can't see the screen from across the street because it's too blurry. And for where its projector's sitting, that's still very poor. Let's continue on. It's sad how people sit there and do dumb stuff like this. They struggle. And what did he do? He goes on vacation because, like I said, he does it every time. Every time he gets caught doing something and he can't come out of it, he goes on vacation or he does something else. That was just too much of a challenge for him. There is nowhere in the world. If somebody would have challenged me before I was going on vacation, I guarantee I would have got up early in the morning. You already know me. I would have got up early in the morning. Say Screen Innovation challenged me to something and I was going on vacation. You darn Skippy, I would have been up in the morning. I would have been up in the morning, knocked out that demonstration, had my stuff packed up and out. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to spend that whole entire vacation knowing that somebody challenged me. I'm not going to let that slide. Knowing my technology is better? Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would have been up early in the morning. 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, way before we had to go on a trip. And I would have basically did the demonstration, beat the screen, and went on vacation with a smile on my face. I don't leave anything unrested. See how dark it is right here? That is super dark compared to all the light there. That's supposed to be well lit. No company will ever sign a contract for that crap. Now, see, the two mistakes he made, as I said before, he thought the screen was clear. It's not clear. None of them are clear. There's actually 4 of them. We might be doing one today. Well, actually, we are going to be doing one today. We're going to be doing another one today. But they're not clear. As you can see, that's why they had the name dark and visible, or visible dark, one of them. So they don't have that on there. So that's where he messed up the first time, because he thought the screen was clear. When he found the screen wasn't clear, what do? You know, I went out there and I went on YouTube and I told these people how to make the product and find out it's not even anywhere clear notes to it. Did he do a backup video after that? No, he didn't do anything at all. Nothing. Just packed this stuff and left, which he should have done. Because when I get done with this video right here, it's going to be even more embarrassing. Because I said, sometimes we don't show everything on the screen when we're developing it, because when people come in and do these dumb demonstrations against our products, we'll go, well, wait a minute. Did you know it had that feature? Oh, you didn't. All right. All right. Okay. So let's go over here and let's go to our demonstration. If I can find my video. Just finished Blues Labels. We're going to be doing some demonstrations on that and taking pictures of that and putting it on the website already. All right, so here we are over here. That's the technology. That's what it looks like. Can't see through it. Looks nothing like his screen at all. Let me see. Videos here. Let me see what we have here. You see the sunlight outside that house? See where that sunlight's hitting? It's leaning right against the house. See how far the projector sits back? If you're going to mimic, to anyone, if you're going to mimic our demonstrations, do them exactly how we do them in the demonstration. Do not cut corners. If you cut corners, you will be outed for cutting corners. Do them exactly how they're done in the demonstration. He could have pulled the projector back even farther. He had enough room in the house to do so. One of the things you will notice about the technology doesn't produce an image in the inside of the house when it's laying against glass outside. See, inside the house, you can hit it with a projector. It will show up on both sides. But if you lay it against glass and sunlight's penetrating the screen, it doesn't show an image on the inside. It only shows it on the outside. Can't do that with Home Depot paint. No, can't do that. See? Oh, I had to get the phone. Go back and grab my phone so I can document my time. 3:46. All time has to be documented. So you can see, only showing an image on the side of the whatchamacallit, on the side of the sliding glass door. Show you how much sunlight we have. Right there, there's Mr. Sun. Show you how bright the deck is, how much light is actually hitting the deck. Look at the side of the house. Look at the image. Direct hit from sunlight. There you go, people. There you go. That's how it's supposed to be done. See all that sunlight hitting that glass? That's a direct hit from sunlight. And that image is pulling up with no problem. At 3% done. That screen's only 3% done. That screen's not even nowhere near even finished. And we got 3 more to go. There you go. See the difference between, you can see the individual fish, you can see the contrast in the coral reef, everything. Oh, I freed up the communications so the naysayers can talk. We can explain this one. Going to Home Depot and Lowe's and trying to make our product, and that doesn't work at all, period. Trying to get substitutes to make our product, doesn't work. This comes from hard work and faith, people. That's where it comes from. You're not supposed to have shade on the side of your house. You're supposed to have actual sunlight. That's what the word direct hit stands for. A direct hit. Not a miss, a direct hit. You heard this before in Battleship. Direct hit. You sunk my battleship. Someone missing your car is not a direct hit. Someone hitting your car and T-boning it, yeah, that's a direct hit. Now, we had to do 2 of these because we had investors asking us about awnings. Because they're going to be using this screen outside with customers. And they want something where they're going to have an awning out there because it's hot out there. Without that shield that I have out there, because they cut the tree down, the tree gave us a lot of shade. So without the tree being there, I get nothing but sun hits that deck outside. So I went and purchased this. This thing is fantastic. It's mesh netting. It cuts like 98% of the sun coming through. Amazing shade. It's always cool in the section anywhere I put it at. So that's what we have out there. So we'll have companies asking, okay, if I do a setup outside, what do I need to complete the setup? Because like I said, with this technology now, you can have a restaurant. You can paint this on glass. It's designed to be, it does work better if you paint on glass because it's like sunlight has to transfer through the screen, transfer through it. Not hit it and bounce off it, it has to transfer through it. That's how it activates. Something that he doesn't understand how technology works. So they paint this on a huge piece of glass or plexiglass and they stick this up in a setting, put that shade across it. You can have your customers out there and they can watch the football game, they can watch sports, whatever they want at 3 o'clock, starting at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Doesn't make a difference what time of the day. That screen's gonna pull up. I'm doing that with a direct hit from sunlight. So if we can take a direct hit from sunlight and show an image, how much more it's going to be to show an image if you have a shaded area underneath of it for your customers, it's going to pull up even better. So that's what this demonstration was done for. It was done for a couple companies that are interested in buying the not buying the technology, we're not selling this. They're interested in buying quantities of it. So here we are under the shade, because I have to show unshaded and shaded. And it still has sunlight, still making contact with the screen. But as you can see, what did I just do? As you can see, the image looks absolutely incredible. Now, I'm going to show you a feature on the product that we never showed. This is going to add more embarrassment. And mind you, I gave the fellow the opportunity to say yes or no. That's all I had to say. Yes or no. Hey, I don't want my product out there. I don't want it out there. Don't take it out there. So and so and so. It's not going to do well against the black technology. He didn't do that. What did he do? He ran to Disney World. That's what he did. And he's going to say, well, I needed a vacation, so and so. Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do. So let me show you one of the hidden features that we have on this technology. Now, companies that are going to be using this stuff may want to spray this on their windows. They may want to spray this on, I had somebody at a car dealership, they sprayed the inside of a Mercedes-Benz with it, put a camera, put a projector inside of it, so they could advertise off the car. When you get done, you want to be able to get this stuff off your window shields, right? I'm not worried about this. Now, we had this outside, you can see. It's pretty flexible, right? The hidden feature about the product is when you get done with it, you can wash it off with hot water and soap. That's how it was designed. So say you paint this up on your glass and you don't want it anymore, you can go in and you could remove it. It comes right off. Isn't that amazing? Told you God is interesting. We don't tell you everything. You don't need, some people don't need to know everything. You naysayers here out there who doubt our technology, we don't tell you everything. See, you can't do that with the product he shows you from Home Depot or Lowe's. You know why? Because once you spray that on, that's permanent. That's not coming off. Now, if somebody wanted to paint this on their windows, right? And now they don't want it anymore, all they would have to do is to give it a little bit of pressure and it peels right off. They stick this inside the glass, hit it with a projector. It'll stay like that for years. When you're done with it, you just peel it off. Especially if you mess it up, which I don't know how you can mess it up. I don't know how in the world you could ever mess it up. Especially when you get done, just peel right off and you're done. So I'm going to peel this one off and get ready to get started on the new one. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave half of this up. That's how easy it removes off. So when you get ready, you don't want to use it anymore, you can pull it off your windows, you can pull it off whatever you got painted on, and basically get rid of it. And it's all biodegradable and safe for the environment. Isn't my Lord amazing? See, that's what I tell people, and people who want to do demonstrations against our products, mind your business. Because you know nothing about our technology, you don't know how it works, you don't know how it functions. The only person who knows how our technology works is my Lord and Savior. He's the one who blesses us with the ability to make this stuff. And when you come out there and you do dumb demonstrations like that, you only embarrass yourself. No way in the world does our Home Depot remedy or Lowe's remedy comes close to anything we developed over here at all. It doesn't even come close. So I can peel this surface clean off, throw it all in the trash, and recoat the screen again. The screen will last as long as you want it to last. When you get done with it, you don't want to use it anymore, you peel it off. You're done. A little hot water and soap dissolves the entire thing. That's it. That's why we always advise you to paint it inside the glass, not outside. So that's why we designed it. Because usually when people use a form of transparent film, once you stick that stuff on your glass, that stuff is a pain in the neck to remove. If you were to paint that frost glass, that's called frost glass. If you painted that frost glass to your window, that stuff is a pain in the neck to get off with hot water and soap. It's a headache. On top of that, it's extremely toxic on top of that. You have to consider the fact that someone's going to be painting a window about that size. You think you're going to be sitting there with an aerosol can, spraying that in? You know how toxic that's going to be? People don't think. I think I might put this up against, I'm going to tape this one up and put it against, I'm going to leave that one whole and put that up against the whatchamacallit, the glass right over there. So we got 3 more colors to go, because this has 3 more colors. There is a black one, and there's a rose gold. Did you know that? We got a rose gold form of this technology. It is gorgeous. I think that's going to be perfect for nail salons and stuff like that. They want something pretty on the glass. I think that'd be nice for that right there. All right. Well, with that being said, as I said before, we could have showed you this yesterday. I could have showed you this the first time we busted them. Nah, that wasn't the right time. The right time was to basically let him get it all out of his system, let him run his mouth, come in, show you that the screens don't even look alike at all whatsoever, and then show you. I told you yesterday when we had to cancel because of the rain, I said that the screens had an interesting feature to them. Yeah, the stuff can be removed if you don't want to use it anymore. Easy cleanup. That's why he's in Disney World. That's why he's in Disney World right now running from his problems. Because, yeah, he embarrassed himself. I told you he's going to embarrass himself. I told you. And yesterday, especially with the Black Nova pulling up those white levels on those white screens. Oh, yeah, he had to run from that one. He can't come back from that one. Oh, boy. But by the time he comes back, my other people should be in contact with him soon. Matter of fact, I got to call them today so we can get that paperwork done. I will be displaying the draft very soon. So we're going to match the draft. He still hasn't told me, but he said he got a letter. Claims he got a letter from our attorneys. And I kept asking him, what's the attorneys' names? He can't give me the names of the attorneys. How are you going to get a letter from our attorney? You don't even know the attorneys' names. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see if it matches the draft that I have from the real attorneys. All right, people, I got to take pictures of my blues labels are done. We'll get it outside today. He didn't reply back yes or no. So his screen's going outside today versus Nova Black. He didn't reply. All he had to do was text me, call me. He's got my number. Didn't contact me. Oh, if you try to call the number on the website, it is down for right now. We have a tech coming out on Sunday to repair it. We've had some complications with that. So you can reach me by email. That's what you're going to have to do. But until then, we have a tech coming out on Friday to repair the damage. We had a couple of storms out here, and that got taken out. So, oops, sorry about that. Tilted my camera the wrong way. Here we go. See? You can't do that with the spray paint. You can do that with, what do you call it, frost? Is it frost glass? Yeah, you can't do this with frost glass. You can't peel off frost glass. You paint that stuff on, you're going to have a problem getting that off. Because the first question I get when we design this stuff, we'll have somebody say, how easy is it to remove off a glass window? You know how expensive a glass window is for a storefront? It's very expensive. And the first thing they ask is, how do you dissolve it? How do you remove it? You got yourself a $80,000, $90,000 expensive car. You want to show off a display through the windshield. You want to be able to get that stuff off your vehicle. You don't want that to be permanent. So when you develop a technology like this, that you know that people are going to be spraying on their glass windows, you have to make it so they can remove it. That's pretty easy to come off. There we go. I'll put my camera down for a minute. I'm not going to take all of it off because I need some of it to do for a demonstration. I need some of this. See, just bend it a little bit on the end. That's it. That's all it takes. Or you take a nice, you don't on glass because you can't bend glass. Take a little scraper. Nothing going to damage the glass. The same scraper you use for your cars, and you just tap a little bit. It'll peel up and take it off. Other than that, you can stick it in the window. You don't have to worry about it. People can touch it, and nothing's going to happen to it at all. Period. But somebody comes along with a freaking spoon, then you got a different story right there. But I doubt you're going to have that problem. But that's it. So what they're going to do is, one of the companies, they got a huge glass window here. They're going to coat that, or they're going to get a huge piece of plexiglass and they're going to paint the plexiglass and then put it up against the glass. They'll come there. And then they can have the awning. So this is what I would do. If I didn't have this here, the sliding door, say I had a great big huge bay window here and the sliding door was over there, I would turn this into a screen here. I would have my netting over top like that. And then I would have my seating around this way so I can watch my screen. That means at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, I could be out there watching my screen with no problem whatsoever, which I'm still thinking about putting me a nice one on the side here, somewhere here, so I can sit out here and I can watch. I wish these windows were big and it didn't have the divider in the middle. But I can put one here. So I'm going to have to get me a piece of plexiglass, and I'm going to have to cut it. A real thin one we buy, we cut it, put it right here in the window to fill the whole window up. And what I can do is I can coat this with that plexiglass, get me another projector, and do, I can do freaking vertical gaming outside. Oh, that'd be a cool demonstration. Doing a vertical gaming outside on my PC in the sunlight. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then we could do a little screen up here at the top. Since I'm watching some football. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with this stuff. So yeah, when people do stuff like that, it's jealousy. It's just strictly jealousy. It angers them. They got to go out and they got to try to figure out a way to tear it down as fast as possible. And that's what he does. That's exactly what he does. And then when he's outed and he's embarrassed, first thing he does is he runs. Either he does some kind of video game, he plays on his video game, he does some kind of tutorial on printers or whatever it may be. Anything that's not screen paint when he can't back it up. It's a history. Now, keep in mind, it had to be pretty embarrassing for him because he went out there and did this demonstration. Was probably calling me a scammer and this, that, and the other. The whole entire time, he had no idea what he was looking at. There you go. And teach your lesson at the end. When I tell you that God blesses me with technology to be able to design interesting stuff, don't question God's work. Don't do that. Because in the end, you'll be embarrassed. You'll be put to shame, which he's right now. All right, with that being said, I got to get back to work. I got to take pictures of the blue. Got to get that on the website. I got customers already waiting for that. And I have a few projects I'm working on with some companies. And this stuff right here, opened up a lot of doors. Didn't I just say what is it, a couple months ago, I said, we're going to have a technology. I said it, we're going to have a technology that will allow you to be able to sit outside and watch TV in the sun. Did I not say that? And here we are already. All right. Thank you all for your time. I have to, sorry, I have to go, and God bless.